Don't forget to check out and grab your copy of our 2 newly released books, Football, a Love Story, and What Did Football Teach Me? These books feature over 100 stories from current and former coaches, players, executives, and entertainers from across the football landscape, describing what got them involved in the game, what they love about it, and what life lessons the game taught them. You can find your copy or order your copy from our website at footballgameplan.com/books. If you like our video content and want to show support for Football Game Plan, stop by our YouTube channel at youtube.com/footballgameplan, and don't hesitate to drop a little something in the tip jar. It could be $1, $5, or whatever amount you would like to donate to Football Game Plan. Every little bit helps, and we definitely appreciate your support. Taking a look at some of the strengths of Ezekiel Elliott's game, I think he has great body lean for a running back. You can tell he has a track and field background. He gets out of the gates very low and is able to explode through the hole and also outrun defenders. It also helps him maximize power when breaking tackles. This is an element of his game that I think he is elite at doing. You always hear me talk about a running back's ability to have his eyes and feet in unison, which means he's not only able to see the hole, whether it's front side or back side or at an awkward angle, but he's able to get there with his footwork. And with Ezekiel Elliott, he's able to accelerate off that plant, which allows him to speed through the hole and also get ahead of that second and third level, which is why you always see him ripping off large chunks of yards. So when you combine great body lean as a runner with great elite level acceleration, you get breakaway speed. And Ezekiel Elliott has that game-breaking ability to ring that cash register up from 70 yards out, 80 yards out. Doesn't matter if it's on a handoff, a swing pass, or a route down the field. He has a game-breaking ability to take it the distance. And what makes him special in this capacity is the fact that he's a guy that doesn't lose speed while changing direction. That makes him a true threat from anywhere on the field. I think Elliott can also be an excellent receiver if he just chose to stick at that position. He has tremendous hands, and not just on a swing, flare, or flat route. You can utilize him down the field in the passing game, and he can come up with the catch and make things happen after the catch. So his receiving ability as a tailback just adds more value to what he brings to the table. And when you add the blocking component to Ezekiel Elliott's game, it just makes him the complete back, which is why I think he's the most complete back in college football. Not just in pass protection, he doesn't mind getting out there in run blocking, leading other tailbacks or receivers on end arounds or outside running plays. I think this is an example of a guy that's just a true football player. And now you look at a situation where, okay, if he's willing to get out there and lead block, we maybe can bring back that pro set, those two backs in the backfield, those two tailbacks in the backfield, running the football either way, left or right, gives you a lot of flexibility offensively. And as far as the pass protection is concerned, it's not just knowing who to block, which is half the battle, but also meeting the rusher to the punch, which is why he has a lot of success more often than any other back I've seen in college football. It was very tough to find any areas of improvement in Ezekiel Elliott's game. You can always stand to get better as a runner, but I think if you want to be nitpicky, I think at times he tends to get a little bit too low going through traffic, which makes him easier to bring down because his balance is lost, but that's very nitpicky. I really didn't see anything to where, okay, this is something he has to improve on. This was a common theme throughout his game. He's probably the cleanest prospect in this year's draft class, in my opinion. Very early in the season, I heard this comparison by a good friend, Ian Kenyon. He said that Ezekiel Elliott reminds him of Deuce McAllister. And I sat back and thought, like, wow, that's an excellent comparison, because when you look at McAllister coming out of Ole Miss, they were about the same size, maybe 6'1", 220 pounds, blazing speed, acceleration can help out as a returner, also had the ability as a receiver. So all those three things, I think, is exactly what Ezekiel Elliott is. And this is why I think this was an outstanding comparison. Ezekiel Elliott graded out as a first-round prospect and my #1 rated tailback in this year's draft class, and quite honestly, he's probably the cleanest running back I've seen in quite some time. All three facets of playing the position he excels at, and I think when it's time to do our big board, he may be near the top.